Hey folks, CA Rachna Ranade here and I welcome you all to a very interesting video which is about top 3 small cap stocks. Top 3 is not a recommendation. Top 3 based on fundamental analysis. We have checked the Q2 numbers. I have set some screener based on which we came across these stocks. I also checked the technical analysis for the same stocks and I found something interesting in their patterns, and that is the reason why I have chosen these 3 small cap stocks from the universe of NSE small cap index 250 index basically. And there are some parameters that I use to screen these stocks. And which parameters are these? First things first, I said Q2 YOY basis, sales growth has to be at least 25%. PAT growth has to be at least 25%. But could this be something like just once a blue moon kind of a moment? So to nullify that, what I've done is sales 5-year CAGR should be at least 15%. PAT 5-year CAGR should be at least 25%. And on top of that, final parameter that I've put up here is ROCE is at least 20%. So today we are going to talk about 3 stocks which meet all these parameters from the small cap space, of course. And we are also going to talk about the technical analysis of these stocks. And for those who are like, "Arey wow, today achanak small cap stocks." I have already done this video on mid-cap stocks and many people said that we loved this video. We would love to have one more video on small caps, and that is the reason why I'm doing this video. But if you felt that how did I miss that video, it means you have not subscribed to the channel, still not hit the bell icon. So please pause the video, do this, and then keep on watching the video till the end. In trading, it's not about whether you are right or wrong on a single trade. What really matters is how much did you gain when you were right and how much did you lose when you were wrong. Well, that balance comes from knowledge, discipline, and understanding the market. And that's what exactly we teach in our stock market courses. We don't promise profits. What we promise is simplified and practical education that can help you to take your first trade in the stock market confidently. To begin your stock market journey, use this coupon code, and yes, it's a limited period offer, so enroll now. Let's get started with the very first stock, and the name of the stock is Data Patterns. Sales growth, mind-blowing. YOY growth, sales growth is 238%. PAT YOY growth is 63%. Of course, whenever I'm talking about the numbers, we all are talking about Q2 FY26 numbers, okay? Now, just in case if you don't know what Data Patterns does, it is a vertically integrated defense and aerospace electronic solutions provider based in India. And you'll be like, oh my god, what do they do? Basically, they are going to prepare different parts or different products. They are going to give electronic solutions related to what? Related to defense and aerospace. Okay, but still if you are like, didn't understand. Okay, if I tell you about their products, maybe it will be a better picture. Majority revenue of their products is delivered by what? Is delivered by radars. So main product for Data Patterns is what? They make radars and the electronic systems related to that. So earlier they used to make only some small parts, some small subsystems of a radar, and then they started creating more and more parts. They did a backward integration, basically a vertical integration, and that's how now they not only create sub parts of that, they create the whole radar as well. They make a lot of electronic systems related to that. Electronic solutions also they provide related to radars. And like you can see in the pie chart, 74.1%, majority of the revenue is generated by what? Sale of radars. Now, if you see 12% of their entire 12.2% of their revenue is generated by EW, that is their electronic warfare, and 8.9% is generated through avionics. Okay, so I hope you have understood what do they make now. Major chunk. If you remember this one product, radars, that is the major chunk for them, right? Of course, people like you and me, we are not going to purchase that. Who is going to be purchasing? Of course, companies related to aerospace, related to defense, right? And majority of their customer, if you have a look at this pie chart, you will understand 64.3% of their total customer, I mean, by value, if I'm talking about, DRDO is their major customer, accounting for 64.3% of the total revenue of that company. Okay, that's a major revenue driver basically for the company. Apart from that, you can see exports is also a decent enough chunk with 6.9%. 12.4% is by BEL and others you can also see, right? So one thing is absolutely clear, major revenue driver is coming from DRDO. Now this is about who is there. So till now we have understood their major product, which is radar. We have understood major customer DRDO. We have understood Q2 sales growth, Q2 profit growth has been amazing. But what about their order book? How does it look like? If you have a look at this pie chart again, you will see that the total order book currently stands at 6,736 million or 673 crore rupees. Now the split of that is 31.1% is only from AMC. Now why am I so happy? Of course, it's a high margin thing. See, what is AMC? Annual maintenance contract, right? So no production cost, no product cost, no raw material cost. It's only like a service thing. In that case, typically, number one, margins are also high, and number two, that's like a recurring revenue vertical. So whenever they are selling radars, I'm sure it'll also require some maintenance, and that's why 31%, if I'm saying annual maintenance contract, that's a good chunk of their order book. 30% is about avionics, and radar accounts for roughly 13.7%. Now, who all are purchasing these radars or avionic parts from them? A majority contribution comes from repeat customers, repeat PSU customers, be it something like, again, DRDO, obviously, be it BEL, HAL, and all, right? If I'm talking about export opportunities, you can also see they have very clearly mentioned that a lot of chunk is also coming from export orders, because see, more and more success that we show about our indigenously developed defense related products, even the world is looking at us, and there are great chances that our export orders may also keep on increasing, right? Talking about their revenue visibility, their guidance that they have given in the conference call and in the investor presentations, management clearly says that over the next 2 to 3 years, the revenue may grow at 20 to 25%. And talking about EBITDA margins, they say that EBITDA margins could range between 35 to 40% for financial year 25-26. Now that you've understood so much about data patterns, let's understand about the technical analysis of it. Now, if you have a look at the weekly chart, you will see that there's a nice replay, which is irritating, but it is there because I have to cut the last 3 months data, and you can see the latest data that you can see on the screen is 11th August 2025. Okay, so what did you see in this chart? Data patterns, if you saw an amazing run up. Now, if I were to just measure this from this lowest point to this highest point, it gave a 481% run up between July 22 and July 24. Crazy run up, right? Now, after that, see, whenever we have such mind-blowing run-ups, of course, the stock does pause, the stock does correct, and how much it corrected? Almost 60% from the top, okay? So, see, this was an earlier resistance from which the stock came down. Again, it saw some kind of resistance here, went up. Again, some kind of resistance, went up. Again, tried to consolidate here, went down. And this is where we saw a breakout moment. And here, somewhere around August, this is where it was taking a support. Now, question is, has it taken a support here at the same level, and has it reversed, or has it broken the support from here and gone down? That is what you have to check. Now, talking about the resistance, of course, what I've done, I've connected this high and this high. Now, what you have to check is, has it broken down from this level, or is it testing the resistance level right now? So what you need to do in the comment section right now is just say data patterns and near support or near resistance. The next talk is about the Indian Navy. Any guesses? Time up. Maybe you were able to guess it. The answer is GRSE, that is nothing but Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. Now, if you were to understand the top line and bottom line growth Q2 FY26 as compared to Q2 FY25, sales growth is at 45%, PAT growth at 57%. Amazing, right? Now, what does the company do? In simple terms, this company makes ships, warships, okay? Warships and also naval vessels. Now, what do we mean by that the company makes ships? Does it only construct? No, it does it right from the design step. So they'll design them, they'll construct them. If need be, they'll repair and also do the overhaul. Overhaul is like a major repair which can increase the life of that ship substantially. Okay. Now, which type of ships? As I mentioned, it could be something like warships or naval ships, and that is the obvious reason why. Who are going to be their customers? It could be Indian Navy and of course the Indian Coast Guard. Okay. Now, are there different variants of warships? There are different variants of such ships, right? It could be something like frigates, it could be corvettes, it could be offshore patrol vehicles, it could be survey vessels, and my animation team has immediately given you a glimpse of how these different variants could look like, right? Now, apart from the whole shipbuilding, if need be, do they provide only engines also? So basically they have a separate engineering and engine divisions also. So if there is any need for that, they can also provide for the same, right? Now, this is about understanding the product. We understood the product, basically ships only. We also understood who are their major customers. Now let's understand about what Q2 looked like. So basically Q2, their overall delivery was also very strong, because understand, order book is important, but how much are they delivering, at what pace they are delivering, that is also important. And they have very clearly mentioned in the con call that they had a very nice broad base execution, because of which their margins were also uplifted. This was about the Q2 delivery. Now we should talk about what was their order book as at Q2 FY25. Their order book stood at 20,205 crores. Now they have also given that this order is not only 100% for defense. They have a nice split. 83% roughly is coming from defense, balance 17% roughly from non-defense platforms. Now current order book is 20,000 crores, agreed. What next? Now for that what next, they have mentioned that in the next 3 to 4 months they could sign contracts for NGCs, that is next generation corvettes, to the tune of roughly 25,000 crores. In fact, they have also filed for few more proposals worth 8,700 crores. Now imagine this, existing order book roughly around 20,000 crores, 25,000 crores roughly, as I told you, they are expected to sign off in the next 3 to 4 months, plus 8,700 crores. So their total order book may cross 50,000 crores, which will be like double than what they had in the previous year, right? Now, apart from this, they have also very clearly mentioned that when it comes to shipbuilding, they must have something like platforms. So, what do we mean by platform? So basically, you need it's for simplicity of understanding. One platform will enable the company to make one ship. Okay, so currently they have 24 platforms, which is like they can build 24 ships at a time right now. They increased this to 28 by financial year 24-25. They are targeting to take that up to 32 by financial year 26, and they are planning to take it up to 40 concurrent platforms. In short, they'll be able to make 40 ships at a time in the next 4 years. So, of course, they have also given a very nice trajectory as to what could happen in the coming years as well. So, all in all, I hope you have understood about the fundamentals very well. Now, immediately, let's also quickly check about how the technicals look for GRSE. And for that, have a look at this. You can see that the stock has run up like anything. I mean, if you have a look at this, March 24 to July 24, 3 months, 275% up move. Crazy, right? But after this, the stock corrected by, I think, around 60%, almost 58%, right? And then the stock also saw again a very nice up move. And what I have done here is, this was the peak through after which the stock fell down. So this is ideally going to be my resistance level. It broke, support also broken. Now question is, what happened after August? Of course, last 3 months data is missing. Possibility 1, it has just gone down the drain. Okay. Possibility number 2, you could see a reversal, but then what could be the resistance? Same, earlier resistance will be like this resistance. So what you have to do in the comment section is just write down GRSE down or GRSE near resistance. Let's move on with the final stock. Any guesses on the third stock?
MCX.
How did you come to know? I had not even given any clue.
Screen पे दिख रहा है.
My animation team is always so excited. Control, yaar, you showed it beforehand only. Anyways, okay. Name of the stock, as you can see on screen, is MCX Multi Commodity Exchange. It's the largest and only listed commodity derivative exchange in India. It's as good as a monopoly business, because if I were to understand how much is their share, have a look at this. They have what, 98.8% share in the commodities futures market. That chiller 1.1% is of NCDEX, 0.1 others, forget about it. But if I were to specifically tell you, if I'm talking about precious metals and base metals, 100% revenue, 100% of market share is with MCX. So precious metals like what? Gold, silver. Other base metals could be something like copper, aluminium, whatever. Okay. And even if I'm talking about energy, they have more than 99% market share. So crazy monopoly business. Majority of their expenses are going to come from fixed costs, and that is why they have a high operating leverage. In fact, I have explained this concept of operating leverage in one of my previous stock of the month videos. We will talk about that later. But as of now, I feel that I should also talk about their technical analysis first, because something pretty interesting is what I can see on their technical analysis chart. Now, if you see here, this was the high in October 21, around 2119, and you can see the same level 2100 in September 23. So 2 years, same level. What happened after this? You can see this huge volume spike, right? And after that, you can see that the stock rallied like anything, more than 300% rally in a matter of what, 1 year and 3-4 months, right? Of course, when you see such sharp rallies, you're going to see some correction, almost 40% correction in next few months. But I may say that this was a nice base formation. There was a base formation after which we saw a nice breakout. Okay, this is where we are in August right now. So question is there another base formation and breakout, or is the stock still going down? So what do you have to do in the comment section? You have to just write MCX base formation plus breakout or MCX down. Either or thing you will have to write down. Okay, so this is the technical analysis, interesting technical analysis for MCX. But if I were to go into details for fundamental analysis of MCX, there is so much to learn in this talk. So rather than me, talking about this for next 4, 5, 6 minutes, I would highly recommend that you watch this video, which I've done for my pro investor members. It's almost a 40-45 minutes video on understanding the business model of MCX, understanding their business strategies on how they were able to blast their average daily turnover. We have also discussed about their financials, about the management guidance in so much detail. So definitely would recommend you all to enroll for the pro investor membership and then have a look at this video. Just for your understanding, even if you go for 1 month membership, which is like what, 399 rupees, even if you go to a hotel, it's going to cost way more than that. But if you take that 1 month membership also, you will get an access to all the pro investor videos that I have done till date. By the way, I started this membership back in 2020. So almost 6 years ka videos, 1 video per month. That is what you will get an access for 399 rupees monthly membership. Okay, so it's definitely worth investing in this membership. Would highly recommend that. And if you have found a lot of value in today's video, please don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye. You might have come across such advertisements on various social media platforms. Please note, all of these are fraudsters promising unbelievable returns through stock tips. I don't provide any calls or advisory services. I provide only educational content through my social media handles and through my website rachanaranade.com and rachanaranade.in.